your host, AC, and we are joined in studio today by Jason Howe, the Executive Director of K9 on the Front Line, and Arthur of Sobee, the hero dog. How are you, Jason?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm very good.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. And you say us because we are also joined by Sobee.
Yes.
And Sobee has taken her position. She is chilling as she has been the last couple times I've seen her. What a sweet girl.
She's still not wake up time for her yet. She loves to sleep. She loves her beauty sleep. So.
Well, I don't blame her.
Me either.
I don't blame her. Okay, tell us a little bit, give us a little background on K9 on the Front Line.
So it originated in Maine in 2016. I was going through my life struggles with drugs. After military, coming back, didn't know how to cope. So I decided to take it upon myself and start using drugs to get rid of the pain. After losing my house, my kids, my job, I lost everything. I got on a one-way bus ticket from Missouri to Maine. Found the organization K9s on the Front Line. They handed me Sobee, who was 2 days away from being euthanized in a kill shelter in Georgia.
Wow.
And we finished the top of our class. And when we graduated, I said, I'm moving back to Missouri, but I'm bringing K9s on the Front Line with me.
That is amazing.
So we started in 2018. We've helped over 250 veterans since then. And just here a few weeks ago, my wife and I actually took over the entire organization.
So that means that the headquarters is now where?
It's right here in Missouri, mid-Missouri.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's still amazing. Surreal. So
I imagine it is. But gosh, what a testament to you and your wife and what you were able to go to Maine and accomplish and then bring back here. And now the whole organization will be here under your leadership. That's amazing. It
was hard. It was a hard year, especially with leaving my kids here. I FaceTimed them every night, and sometimes I'd be playing floor hockey in their mom's in their bedroom, and I would just sit there and watch them play, and it was hard, but we made it. So
yes, that's the important part.
Yes,
that's the important part. So tell me a little bit about this book that is newly released, Sobee, the Hero Dog.
So in 2021, Sobee won American Humane Hero Dog Awards for Service Dog of the Year. So she's been on the Hallmark Channel. And I needed to spread her story. She's a rescue dog that was 2 days away from being euthanized. A lot of people say that she saved me or I saved her. She saved me. So why not let the public know what rescue dogs are really doing for people, especially veterans, and read a story about it. Let kids understand what the effects of dogs can do for humans.
That's really important. And, I think about people have pets and you see a lot of people out with, working dogs. And I don't know if most of us really understand the relationship, the bond, and the way you guys help each other. Right?
It's incredible.
Yeah.
I can't explain it all, but I wish more humans would be like dogs because this world would be even better.
Yeah. I hear that a lot from dog owners. I prefer dogs over people.
Yep.
Yeah, I understand that. And, every time I see Sobee, it makes me want to get a dog. I don't have a dog yet, but then I'd have to bring the dog to you for training.
She's pretty special. She was pretty easy to train.
Really?
Yeah. She was so laid back and just whatever I wanted her to do, she would do it.
Yeah. How old is Sobee now?
10 years old.
She's 10 years old. Yeah, what a good girl. Good girl. So tell me what kind of programming K9 on the Front Line offers to veterans. So
it was just for PTSD and TBI, traumatic brain injury. Since then, we have extended it to military sexual trauma. So veterans that are dealing with, post-traumatic stress, traumatic brain injury, or military sexual trauma, we will help them. So they apply for our program, get a letter from the doctor stating they benefit from having a service dog, along with their DD-214. We do an evaluation with them. We have an interview with them. Once they're approved for the program, we then look for a dog for them. So we look for the shelters primarily and rescue, saving 2 lives at the same time.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And so I've seen pictures. You guys are everywhere training your dogs, right? Like what kind of things do you do to get them trained and acclimated?
So we start right now in the VFW in St. Martin's, kind of keeping it secure in a safe environment for the dogs and the veterans. So that way, 6 or 7 weeks into it, they're more comfortable with the dog. Then we start taking them out into town. A lot of veterans don't like to go to the grocery store. They don't like to go to Walmart. We'll be taking them to the airport because I know the first time I flew was very intimidating because I'm like, is she going to sit there? What's she going to do?
Yeah.
And she sat there perfectly, but a lot of veterans don't want to fly because they're not sure how the dog would do. So we'll be going to the Columbia airport and kind of giving them some experience going through the security and all that good stuff. So
that's good. So they're getting that kind of real real world experience.
Yes.
You don't just have them in a secluded place and then just turn them loose.
No, and
that's
I usually,
really nice.
when I was going through training, I got kind of thrown to the wolves, so I kind of asked for it too.
Yeah.
We went to a fundraiser or an event, and all of a sudden the founders just left me at the booth by myself. I'm like, well, what do I do? Mm-hmm. Like, you talk to people.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't talk.
Yeah.
So now, like, when the veterans do this, I'll just throw them under the bus a little bit. Here you go. And they're like, really? I said, yep. You have to learn. So, and it usually opens them up. They start feeling more comfortable, and they start realizing people don't really care about what's wrong with us. They want to know what the dog is doing to help. So
I understand that. That makes perfect sense to me. When you are looking for dogs, are you looking for a specific temperament in a dog, or specifically what are you looking for?
we're looking for Sobee. Dogs that can just lay there, dogs that are willing to work, friendly. She's been snapped at and jumped at quite a few times, and she just looks at me like, "Will you take care of it?"
Yes.
So we don't want a dog to be reactive. We want them to be socially sound. So if you're at a restaurant, I don't know how many times we've got up out of the restaurant. They're like, "Oh my gosh, there was a dog there."
Yeah.
That's what we want people to. The dog isn't for anybody else. It's a tool. It's a piece of medical equipment in a way.
Yeah.
For us. So.
Yeah. So I guess that's why you see dogs out, and I noticed her vest says "Working dog, do not pet," and I imagine people wonder about that, but it makes sense. The dog is here.
Right.
For you, you're here for the dog. Like that's your thing. Like you don't necessarily.
So she's trained for two specific tasks. One is to watch my back in public. So if I'm in line at a grocery store, she's watching my back and she'll nudge me and let me know if somebody's behind me, so I don't turn around and get startled.
I like it.
Or if I'm having a panic attack, she's right there up in my face and she brings me back to the now.
I love it, Jason. Thank you so much for joining us. We want
so much.
everybody to order the book, Sobee the Hero Dogs. They can learn about Sobee, and they can go to your website, the K9 on the Frontline website, to learn more information.